Good morning, respected madam and my dear friends. Here I am going to present my another seminar topic, $1 Worth by O. Henry. Now let us the character list in the short story, $1 Worth. Judge Derwent, District Attorney, Littlefield, Nancy Derwent, Mexico Sam, Kilpatrick, Raphael and Joya Trivias. Plot summary of $1 Worth. Taken from his selected stories collection, the story is narrated in the third person by an unnamed narrator, and from the beginning of the story, the reader realizes that Henry may be exploring the theme of revenge. Mexico Sam's letter to Judge Derwent suggests that Sam is not prepared to forget that he was sentenced to prison by Judge Derwent. Nor is Mexico Sam prepared to forget that he was sentenced to prison by the Littlefield was the prosecuting district attorney. It may also be important that both Judge Derwent and Littlefield show no concerns when they read the letter, as they suggest not only are they comfortable with the prosecution of Mexico Sam and the fact that he was guilty, but they also appear to be used to the fact that the people they have either sentenced or prosecuted often seek revenge. There is a calmness within both men that may surprise some readers, and it is this calmness that suggests both Judge Derwent and Littlefield are comfortable about upholding the law. Mexico Sam's letter is a part and parcel of life for Judge Derwent and Littlefield, which may be important as the lack of fear shown by both men suggests that both are again comfortable about upholding the law. Henry also appears to be exploring the theme of honesty through Joya's character, though there is no need for her come to the courthouse and tell Littlefield that she is responsible for the courtfield dollar. She takes the risk even though it may cost Joya her freedom. This may be significant as it suggests not only is it possible that Joya being honest with Littlefield, but she may also be very much in love with Raphael. So in love with him that she is prepared to sacrifice her freedom in order to ensure Raphael's release from prison. It might also be important that Kilpatrick tells Littlefield never trust a woman that who is in love. Not only this remark a generalization about all women, but it also offends Nancy, who is very much in love with Littlefield. Kilpatrick appears to be blinded by his own arrogance, which may be something that Henry is deliberately doing. He may be attempting to highlight the reader that at times a law can be blind, which appears to be in the case when it comes at Joya's testimony to Littlefield. Littlefield is adamant that Raphael is guilty. It is also interesting when Joya tells her story to Littlefield, the only one who can identify with her is Nancy. She can feel Joya's pain and asks Littlefield, doesn't the law know the feeling of pity? This identification between two women in love is completely at odds with how Littlefield and Kilpatrick thinks. Both of them believed in following the law strictly as possible. To them, love is not a valid enough reason to commit a crime. They do not appear to see the possibility of Nancy's. For Nancy, Raphael's actions are the result of a man desperate to help the woman he loves. For Littlefield and Kilpatrick, it is a cut and dried case with Raphael's guilt being self-evident. For them, love plays no role in justice. Both are men who deal in facts rather than emotions, and as such are confident of Raphael's guilt despite what Joya has said. Though some critics might suggest that Littlefield is being heartless, it is important to remember that it is his role to prosecute people. He looks on a case from one side, a side that is advantageous to assuring prosecution. The end of the story is also interesting as Henry appears to be exploring as the theme of change, gratitude and justice. It is only after using the counterfeit dollar to shoot Mexico Sam that Littlefield changes. Though he no longer has the evidence to convict the Raphael, he also no longer has the heart to convict him. Littlefield knows that the courtfield dollars saved both his and Nancy's life, and the reader suspects that Littlefield also begins to understand just how Joya was deeply in love with Raphael. If anything, there is sense of justice for Raphael at the end of the story. Littlefield's changes of heart and his gratitude to Joya is something that surprises the reader. As throughout the story, Littlefield has lived his life following the letter of the law. Now he finds himself open to compassion just as Nancy had been. The fact that Littlefield also asks Kilpatrick to find out where Joya may also lives are significant, as it suggests again that Littlefield and Nancy are both grateful to Joya and wish to thank her. It is as Joya's testimony to Littlefield has opened Littlefield's eyes. For the first time in the story, Littlefield can see the reasoning behind Joya and Raphael's actions. The themes. The story $1 Worth is one of the finest works of O. Henry. It deals with the theme of life, justice, revenge, honesty, sacrifice, love, pity, change, and compassion. The plot of the story gets even more interesting and more characters are established to provide a narrative pattern to the story. Thank you.